next guest left the living the semi-state life. Yeah, she was doing the same lifestyle when an encounter led her to touring the world with Dannan.
And now she's letting the world see another side to her artistry. Eleanor Shanley, good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you. How are you?
It's so lovely to see you. And I always love that part of your story because I think so many people had it with their parents. Get the pensionable job.
Absolutely.
It was the big thing.
I was so lucky because my parents and my family, like I'd been in the job for 9 years, and when I said I was leaving to go off with Dannan, they all said, go. Go,
really?
go. Yeah.
You've been in the job 9 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
And then how did it lead to being permanent pensional to Dannan? Because what a
found singing in a pub, where else? And
you were found singing in a pub.
In a pub, yeah.
So you were still doing that on the side,
sessions and things
sessions
like that.
on the side, yeah.
I was doing drama actually. I studied drama at night time for years, and then doing the bit of singing on the side and stuff, just in sessions, not as a professional. And Ned O'Shea and the Merchant, Dolores Kane had just left Dannan. He contacted Dannan. 2 weeks later, I was going around the world with Dannan.
You literally were going around the world.
Literally.
It wasn't like, oh, come on, a gig here and there. You were literally full on touring.
Within 2 weeks, I was in Finland, Scotland, and Norway, I think, somewhere like that. And I came back to the job then. After 2 weeks, I'd taken a little career break, and I just said, bye.
So yeah. Cash in that pension.
This life is too good. All these countries I've seen the last couple of weeks.
And I was so lucky I had the support of the family to do it, yeah.
And then from that one meeting, those 2 weeks, your career has become one of international success, renowned like in Scandinavia. You know, you get all these sorts of awards. But collaboration, Eleanor.
And I love collaborating, and it drives me, and it makes me learn new things, and it keeps my mind active, it keeps me interested. And I've collaborated with so many people down through the years.
And Ronnie Drew was one of them, and we had Mike Hanrahan in 2 weeks ago, praising you, saying how lovely you were. But he was also talking about his collaborations with Ronnie and how so much of a gentleman and a lovely person he was, and you found the same thing.
Oh, a beautiful man, a really beautiful man. A lot of people would have seen kind of the gruff side of Ronnie because he was like that, but you knew where you stood with Ronnie. If he liked you, you knew. If he didn't, you knew. And that's one of the things I really loved about him. He was honest. He was also very decent, and I saw Ronnie kind of, if somebody was stuck for a few pound, he'd say nothing, he'd just slip them a few pound, that was it, there was nothing more about it. And his wife Deirdre was beautiful as well, they were like that.
But loved everything to be right, he rehearsed right to he wanted it all to be perfect.
Absolutely, like the show looked like you just appeared on stage and all this humour and everything just happened. No. Ronnie would rehearse the walk on, the walk off. We'd be for hours before every concert, just rehearsing every single bit of the show. Yeah, he was an utter professional.
Wow.
And Mike Hanrahan was here a couple of weeks ago talking about, no, nothing worse than a bad meeting. Can't be dealing with that. I don't want anything like that. How do you like to, because you've worked with so many different people, it must be how you like to do things, how other people like to do things. How do you sort all that out?
You have to give and take.
Gotcha.
It's like working in any job, you know? Yeah. And you just have to accept and sit back a lot of the time and say, OK, I accept how that's done, and kind of not get into argy-bargies, and it has to be about me.
Yeah.
You know,
tell us about the collaboration with Patrick Bergin and how that came about.
I knew Patrick for years, and he had written this song, My Angel, and based on an African song, Malaika. And I'd met him a few times. He said, I've written this song, you know, I've written a song based on an African song, and we should do it together sometime. And then eventually, years later, a bit like myself and Mike recording, we got around to recording it, and it's one of my favourite things I've done. I absolutely love it. He's a great singer and obviously a great actor, you know.
Great actor, yeah.
Jeez,
I'm a gentleman.
Can anyone knock on your door and go, Eleanor,
can we do
an collab?
Absolutely.
You've got a show, a tribute to Percy French.
That's another collaboration with Ulton Conlon and Jimmy Higgins from The Stunning. And
you're touring that at the moment.
We're touring, and it's great fun, and we dress up in the gear and we bring a little stage set with us. We have the whole setup,
But so many people, I don't think people, when you say Percy French, but they know the songs.
The amount of people, the place, everybody sings, young and old, they sing, and they all go, I never knew he wrote that, I never knew he wrote that, and they all have learned them in school or people coming up crying afterwards. My mother used to sing that. My father used to sing that. Loads of that kind of nostalgia. Oh, all of them, like The Mountains of Mourne to Are You Right There, Michael?
Michael, Are You Right?
Yeah,
like those big, like
Sweet Marie, all of them. Yeah, and his poems. We do his poems.
His poems,
and beautiful, beautiful poetry.
It must be rocking. Like when you're Are You Right There, Michael? Are You Right?
We
the
get
place
them,
must
the
go
place
mad.
goes mad. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's
and
great.
you're doing a big gig coming up.
We're doing one actually on the 15th of August in St John's Church in Ballinasloe, and that's a biggie. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
We're sitting in front of. We've been let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ireland AM never looks this nice. Eleanor, you are a painter.
I'm a painter, and I find it hard to say I'm a painter because I kind of go, did I do that? I looked in there this morning, I was going, did I do them? Are they really? Because they're all sitting at home. But it was my best subject in school.
Yeah.
All right.
And I had a wonderful teacher, Sister Veronica, and it's only in the last few years when I went back to it, I realised how good she was, because she taught me all the basic principles of art. And I didn't know what she was teaching me at the time.
Okay.
But when I went back to do it, and I've done an online course in abstract art for the last about 5 years. It's really intensive.
Yeah.
And it's all the stuff she taught me is coming right back up.
Wow.
You know, she's fantastic.
But it's the muscle memory. Like it's all everything that isn't that fascinating that you weren't taking in what she was imparting at the time.
No,
but
and
now
she was
it's there.
strict. So, and me with anything that's strict, I'm not great like that.
Out the door.
And all the paintings are named after songs, is that right?
Yeah. It started actually with the one, it's the cover of myself and Mike's EP, The Ghost of You.
Yeah.
And that's from a song, Craggy Hill.
That's this one here.
The one at the far
That's over
end.
here.
This far one here, down here.
Mike wrote the song Craggy Hill. And one of the lines is The Ghost of You. So it started with that, and then when I was doing the
We actually showed this a few weeks ago. Yeah, we actually showed this when Mike was in.
Yeah. And
Isn't it beautiful?
yeah, it kind of fit The Ghost of You in that. And then I have this Desert Heart, which is a song written by Neil McCall. I have the green one is To the Green Woods I Will Wander, which is from a traditional song, which is the name of the song.
And I love the red door. To me, like that's the one. When I walked out, I just saw the door is beautiful one.
And then tell him what it's about, Eleanor.
Yeah, because I was sort of saying I'd love to imagine the stories behind the red door, and then you were talking about what it really means.
It's actually the door of a friend of mine, her old shed in Cavan, in her old house.
Oh, right.
And I picked Sand and Water, the song Sand and Water, and then the line is Through the Door Beyond the Grave, because to me there's a whole story behind that door and all the people who've passed through that door.
Through that door.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a song of hope. It's hope, that song is.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I have to say, we walked out, they are so beautiful and stunning. And when Mike showed us the cover of the EP, we were like, we have to see these. You're actually going to host these as part of Kilkenny Arts Festival. It's going to be on August the 6th at the Pembroke in Kilkenny. It's your debut art exhibition, and you are nervous.
I am.
You have sung everywhere.
And I'm doing a gig that night in the Pembroke with Mike Hanrahan. I have no problem with the gig. I could sing for Ireland.
It's just when all the paintings you want, because it's the first time you're showing them.
And it's exposing myself in a different way, kind of. You know, it's because they're all from in here, especially the abstract stuff is coming from way in here somewhere. And it's a whole different energy for me. And also just organising the exhibition. It's like organising a wedding. Not that I've ever done one.
And Mary Kennedy's going to launch it for you on your pal Mary.
Yes, absolutely.
Your pal Mary Kennedy. Yeah. It's going to be, they're all going to be sold out on the night, totally.
Well, it must be good. Some are already sold, right?
Some are already gone.
Come on.
That's encouraging.
That's good. And there'll be someone there. Mike Hanrahan will be there with the stiff drink so that you'll be all right and everything will be fine. Eleanor, they're stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
Sister Veronica will be so unbelievably proud of what you've been into. It's gorgeous.
I hope so.
Eleanor Shanley.
And there's another lady I want to mention, that's Phyllis Del Vecchio in Aircourt, and Phyllis she turned 94 last week, and I go out to Phyllis every couple of weeks and we sit and paint watercolours together.
Oh, wow.
And it's just beautiful.
Happy birthday, Phyllis.
Relaxing,
Happy birthday, Phyllis.
Relaxing.
Eleanor Shanley, it's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure to see you.
Gorgeous.
Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Huge
Thank you.
congratulations. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.